right. So, hi everyone at Product-Led Alliance. I'm Ashley, and welcome to Usersnap's demo. I know you've been watching a lot of demos in a row already, and how is this one going to be different? So, I want to come back to the basics of product management, and let's talk about your users' pain points. Because Usersnap is all about getting visibility into your users' actual experiences, into the issues that they're facing, as well as what they need from you. All right, so without further ado, let's do a quick introduction about Usersnap for those that don't know. Usersnap is a user feedback platform built for product teams to proactively collect feedback and to be able to scale that number of feedback as well as ensure the quality and relevance of the feedback according to your product discovery or the beta testing that you're doing, that you're trying to complete a feature with the feature request and monitoring the user satisfaction. So a few things that you can do with Usersnap includes sending microsurveys directly within your application to boost the response rate and have a significant amount of insights to make good decisions, as well as collect feature requests through feature request widgets or feature request boards where you can also get upvotes, and then collect issues through screen recordings, getting screenshots from users, including annotations so that the image really speaks for 1,000 words and they don't need to type out an essay for you. Fun fact, so many bug reports are actually feature requests. How is that? So when your users see something missing in your application, they'll think, that is a bug. However, if it's indeed something that you haven't built, then it's a feature request. It's something that you need to write up a user story for and create the requirements. So it's nice that your feature requests, your issues are all in one view for you, and you can prioritize that, you can sort that out. You can also collect NPS, UX ratings and feedback with Usersnap, as well as invite users to interviews if you want to explore further their jobs to be done and their problem space. So you have that all streamlined in Usersnap's platform, and you can literally have that streamlined in a feedback button and feedback menu. So you can have a feedback button that opens up a feedback menu with many different options to give you feedback, so that your users can navigate to the right option to give you feedback according to the tools that they need. So this is a product demo, and I'll be showing you how to set up all these different widgets that you can do with Usersnap very shortly, including like the screen capture and annotation tools and feedback button. So why is this so important, and how is Usersnap different from the other product management tools that only consolidate existing feedback? So it is very important as well to be looking at your customer support tickets and your sales calls, your product data, and your marketing insights to consolidate all of these feedback and data points. However, if you're only working with these existing data points, then you're limited and you are easily falling into this prioritization trap, where you are grouping the feedback, you are looking at insights, and you're trying to score them, you're talking to stakeholders who already might be biased, and you're so focused, you're down this rabbit hole of prioritizing, and you forget to ask the real question, which is, do you know what is the right problem? Do you know what is going to be most impactful for you to ship right now? So let's take an example of Uber Eats. And they may be receiving a lot of customer support tickets on disappointing delivery time. But are people really missing the tracking info? Or is the delivery expectation miscommunicated? Or are they just very hungry people? And we all know when you're hungry is a real thing. You are going to be complaining. However, are those sort of insights, are your customer support tickets really the best things that you should base your innovation on? Are those the strategic things that you should be working on? And are those the things that your users really care about? So with all of this, not enough insights, not the right insights, and not the right problems, you're basically playing a guessing game. You have a cute puppet that nods when you control it, but you're not getting real feedback. You're not getting real feedback from real users. And we want to enable you to do that, and also right now. So a quick summary before I jump into the product demo is that Usersnap really believes that product managers need the direct access and product channels to obtain feedback in a timely manner with high quality and specific enough to your product stages. All right, so let's look at this demo environment. Okay, great, that you can see it. So imagine this is your application or your website, and your users are going through this dashboard. There's a bug over here, a typo. This is not the greatest experience. They want to give you feedback. So how can they do that? We have our trusty feedback button over here that opens up the feedback menu, and they can choose what sort of feedback that they want to give you right now. So if they want to report an issue, then this feedback widget opens up, and they can write out the issue, or they can use the screen capture tool. And then they have the annotation bar, which is allowing them to highlight, or they can like draw over here, and they can pin comments, something over here and another one over here. So in this visual format, they can give you really good quality feedback. And with your widget, you can customize the fields so that you can get more context, such as how severe is this, and can they give you consent to troubleshoot on the account. They can also take a screen recording. So if it's a flow issue, such as after clicking this button, then it goes to a different page and that has a loading problem, then they can record that as well as enable the microphone. So they're really showing and telling you their experience, and you see exactly what is going on. So this is a very popular feedback format. Another one is being able to collect feature requests. So besides the typical subject, then you can also collect on like, why is this problem so important for them? What is the frequency? And what about the jobs to be done? What is the job level, or some other context? Of course, they can give you some screen capture, so visually telling you about their screen right now and what they're experiencing. Or if you want to collect more general user sentiments, so this type of feedback, you can have conditional questions based on what they have selected. And it doesn't have to be tied to the feedback menu. It can also be a pop-up based on certain user behavior events with your API events. And so yeah, let's look at if you, for example, after a certain process, you want to trigger such a survey, such as after clicking this button, then popping up this survey, the place of this widget, you can change it. But yeah, so this is a very engaging way, and you get a lot of responses from your users of good and quantifiable feedback. And you can set up conditional questions so that you're digging deeper into their core problem, and you're asking specific questions, which again creates even more engagement because your users know that you really care and you're really trying to solve this problem for them. Okay, so that is the user experience from your end user's point of view. That is very smooth and very easy to engage with. So how do you set it up in Usersnap? I'm jumping into Usersnap's user interface. So you can create projects very easily. We have many templates that you can reference, and you can get started quickly. For the feedback menu, you can connect also your Help Center website, or even launch your chatbot from this menu. And then other projects for user testing, to collect bugs, have visual communication, or like multiple choice, multiple selection surveys, and more questions if you want, and other types as well, ratings, open-ended questions. It's all very flexible. So I'm going to start one from scratch. And you can also choose if you want that as a feedback widget, as a pop-up, as a button, or you can embed it to your application directly, even your emails. And if you have a mobile app, that works as well, or even a shareable link. So we really want you to have that flexibility, because every problem that you're solving should be tailored to your specific use case. So creating a project and then building your feedback form with ratings, or like with radio button questions. You can make that multiple selection, and you can add logic to that as well, or randomize the answers. You can even put videos and images so that you are giving more context about the concept that you're collecting feedback on. For internal feedback, then it's a good idea to have the assignee field here, so that as you're reporting an issue, you can assign that to a colleague and they can take action on it faster. So about the screen capture tools, you can enable the screenshot and video buttons so that they can launch it from here. They don't have to go to a third-party tool to make a screenshot, upload it, and all those tedious processes. The screenshot toolbar is also customizable, and you can even launch from a screenshot mode. That means as soon as you launch this widget, they are taking a screenshot already, and the annotation bar is there for them to quickly annotate. Another thing is the style of the widget button, widget and button. For example, a very popular one now is the circle one. So you can see the feedback button is a circle, and the question mark is a very versatile one that can also be about your support things. So besides from the button, you can also target by user behavior events. So based on certain behavior or activity, you just need to copy and paste your API event here. You can also target by user segments. So those user attributes that you have, such as the cohort or the plan, for example, a pro plan, you just need to define your values, and you can do time on page, specific pages, even a frequency. And next, if you want to have the notification of each incoming feedback to your Slack channels, you can set that up as well. You can connect to your project management tools, and even forward that to your DevOps tools for your developers to work on the issues, and connect CRM tools as well. One other thing I want to show you is the board. So if you have a feature request project, then enabling this board, copying this link to your users, your community, it allows them to see the different feature requests and ideas, and they can upvote on it. So you can really get this collective voice of customers. All right, so that is about how you can collect feedback. Now, next, about how you can manage feedback. Usersnap has a simple Kanban board. You can define your own columns so that you can build an easy workflow, collaboration workflow, or even a simple roadmap for your discovery processes, and even your user testing process. With each feedback, you can also have different, you can have the details of the user environment. So the metadata of when they're submitting the screenshot, those are automatically fetched. You can also pass on your application's custom data so that you can see the user attributes all here. And then that helps you to understand the user's background, their story, their pain points better. If you're reporting bugs, then the console log to fetch the browser errors, that's very handy as well. And then there's some action points, including also labeling, grouping the feedback so that you can spot trends, spot patterns, emerging themes that are coming up. and that you need to address. Another really unique thing about Usersnap is that feedback is not one way. You don't just collect feedback. You can also reply to feedback and reply to even survey responses and bug reports so that you can dig deeper into the customer's problem. They can reply back to you. They'll receive this as email, and then they can reply back to you. So you really start a conversation and even build a relationship with them. And what's best is that you're closing the feedback loop this way. One last thing I want to show you about closing the feedback loop as well, and this is announcements, the newest addition to Usersnap platform. So you can create announcement pop-ups, which essentially communicates your new features and increase the user engagement within your application about these new features. What's also great is that you can have that as a changelog. So changelog would host all your different feature releases or bug fixes if you want to announce that. And this changelog can be connected to your feedback menu. So you see over here, they can open up the changelog from here. And you can even enable this badge so that every new notification, they will see a red badge over here, as well as near the feedback button. So it's raising awareness while not being super intrusive. All right, so that's it from my demo, essentially. A quick recap, which you can also look at the slides later or the recording of this demo. But you can do continuous product discovery with Usersnap through the feedback menu, microsurveys, getting upvotes, feature requests, and mapping conditional questions to experience ratings, follow up with your users. And when you're doing testing, the highly contextual screenshots, screen recordings for your bug reports, those are very handy. And the bonus I have introduced about announcements as well, you know about it. And lastly, so Usersnap really believes that your knowledge of your users is what will empower you to make the right decisions during your product discovery and delivery, and that maps the success to help you solve the right problems. Okay, so that is it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Or if you're ready to get started to collect feedback, you can use Usersnap for free, your first 20 feedback items, whether that is screen recording or if it's survey responses, those are all free. Our starter plan is quite affordable as well for all the value that you can get out of it, including user engagement as well. So feel free to try it out and also send me questions, book a meeting with me if you want. And thank you for listening today. So I think my team has been really great in the background to answer some questions. Thank you for sending them in.
Hi, Ashley, just wanted to jump back in with you. I think you've been pretty on it with the questions, so thanks very much. And everyone, as I've said before, we have Ashley's profiling all the information, how you can connect with her offline as well to make sure to keep the conversation going. But Ashley, thanks very much. This was fab. So we'll see you all for our next session. Thanks very much again, Ashley.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Gosha.
Bye-bye.